We're on our 60-day healing journey to establish inner union. This journey is for anyone who wants to establish inner stability, become more grounded, and stop the self-abandonment. We're on day 22, and the affirmation for today is, my foundation is solid and sufficient. My foundation is solid and sufficient. How many of us can actually say that we have our lives structured in a way where it is in line with who we are and in line with our purpose? Because this affirmation is clearly stating that I have my life organized in a way where it supports me. I am planning ahead so that the things that I do are in line with my goals and my purpose. Many of us don't take the time to actually establish what our purpose is. How many of us take the time to ask ourselves, why am I here? What is my purpose? Are the things that I'm doing on a daily basis in line with who I am and with my purpose? Or are we so stuck in the idea of creating money, working a job, just doing your 9 to 5 routine so that you can have material wealth? How many of us are actually connecting these dots to say, if who I am designed to be, with everything that I've been given, everything that's in me, that's been given to me, the parts of me that I have been created with, how am I supposed to be using this to do and live in my purpose? How many of us are actually stating that and living that fulfilling life of living in your purpose? I think that it's time for us to consider and possibly make the necessary adjustments so that we live in line. We do the things that are in line with our purpose. We do the things daily that we love and are not just going through routines every single day because we are trying to survive. We got to get out of this survival mode so that we are able to feel fulfilled and live fulfilling lives. So that's the affirmation. My foundation is solid and sufficient. And then, and when we do get, whenever this affirmation becomes real, my foundation is solid and sufficient, it takes away a lot of the worry. It takes away a lot of the stress in life, because we know that our foundations are solid and sufficient. We have everything that we need, everything that we need to live a healthy, productive life. We have been supplied with. So that's what that information says to me. The somatic practice is upright posture, relaxed shoulders, breathing. So we're going to sit upright with our shoulders relaxed, and we're just going to breathe in for 4 and out for 8. And we're just going to do this about 5 times just to bring yourself back to center, to regulate your nervous system, and just bring you some ease. That's the somatic practice. The visualization is balance between doing and being. So we're going to visualize ourselves just being and having balance in our life, where we are just doing the things that we need to do, but at peace doing those things, not in a hectic mode, but actually present enough to realize what we're doing. Because a lot of times we're just on autopilot and daily just going through the routine of life and not actually taking time to breathe and be present in your activities. Even if you're at work, we should still try to be as present as possible while we are doing the things that we need to do. Because sometimes we look back and say, dang, all that time a lot of time has already passed by, and you didn't get any joy or fulfillment out of what you do. So if you are doing something, take the time to do it and be present. So that's our visualization. Imagine yourself balancing being and doing. So imagine yourself going through your daily routine, but actually being present in your routine. The journal prompt is, where do I overdo or underdo? Are there different parts of your life where you notice yourself overdoing it, just doing too much? And then are there parts of in your daily routine where you underdo, where you should put more effort in? So think about that. Where are those things? Where are those areas where you overdo and underdo? And what does it take to make the necessary adjustments? What do you need to do so that you bring balance into your life, so that you're not being stressed out, overworked in some areas, and that you're putting in the proper effort for the other things that you may need to do to establish certain goals? So where do you overdo and underdo? The practice is balance effort today. So if there are times where you are just overdoing or underdoing during your day, and if you see this from actually taking the time to do this journal prompt, now you're going to balance this out. You're going to be steady throughout your day, pacing yourself so that you're not stressing yourself out in certain areas. And then even when it comes to underdoing, sometimes when you underdo things, it causes more problems because you have to go back and fix it, or you have to like put more effort in later. So what aren't you doing that, what are some things that you are doing that you need to put more time and effort into? Are you underdoing your diet? Are you underdoing exercise? Are there any healthy activities that you're definitely underdoing? Drinking water that you need to do more of? And are there things that you're overdoing? Talking too long on the phone, just taking time, wasting it? Are you eating too much unhealthy things? What are you doing? Having negative conversations or prolonging things that you should try to shorten your time with? So let's take the time to evaluate what we're overdoing and underdoing. And we're going to balance that today. We're going to find those areas and we're going to balance it out so that our day is a more evened out day. The holistic tip is notice posture during the day. So take the time to notice your posture. So when you feel yourself slumping over, then we're going to try to sit up as many times as we can. Every time you notice it, pull yourself back to center and then realign yourself and think about what does it take for me to get what I need to get done? How much effort am I supposed to be putting in what I'm doing right now? Because nine times out of 10 is if we're slumping right now, we're probably not even present enough to notice what's happening around us. So every time you come back to center and sit with your, straighten your posture, just be present and notice what is happening around you. And notice if you need to put more effort in what you're doing and what you're not, what you're not. A lot of times we have goals that we say we want to establish, but we don't put in enough effort to get them done. So how are you planning on getting there if you're not putting in the effort? You're going to have to put in the effort to get where you want to go. Certain things just require you to do that to get where you need to go. We complain about a lot of things a lot of times, and we're just unhappy with certain things, but we don't take the time to put the effort in. But now it's time to live a more, like a life with more integrity. If we say this is what we want, then we got to do what it takes to get there. And so now it's time for you to become accountable. You have to pay attention to what you're doing, do inventory. See, is this getting me where I need to go? Is the actions that I'm taking right now in line with the future that I say that I want? If they're not in line with the future that I say that I want, then I need to make these necessary adjustments because that's where I want to go. I can no longer continue to do things that are not in line with who I say that I am and where I say that I'm going. And you just have to be real with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, and do what it takes to get there. And if you don't want to get there, then just don't lie to yourself and say, this is what I want to do, because that's what you're expected to do. But be honest with yourself, be truthful and say, what am I doing? Is this in line with my purpose? Is this in line with the goals that I said I want to accomplish? And if it is, then continue doing it. And if it's not, then make the necessary adjustments so that you can actually live a more fulfilling life. Because why do something that you don't necessarily want to do? And why do things that are not leading to where you say you want to go? So that's our holistic tip for today. We are going to notice our posture during the day. And we're going to, every time we fix our posture, we're going to check ourselves to see if what we're doing is in line with where we're going at. So that's today is day 22. I will see you tomorrow. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for those people that have liked and subscribed to my videos. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.